What's up, guys? Got a crazy news story today. The email service Lavabit, which was the email that Edward Snowden used, the particular email service that Edward Snowden used, decided to shut down rather than give up their user data to the US government. That is gangster. Rather than just comply and go about their merry way, they shut down. That means people lost jobs. That means Lavabit users, I guess, can't use their email. Man, that would suck. Think about how bad that would suck if you couldn't use your email. Better not forget a password or have to reset something. Damn, everything goes through my one email account. Well, almost everything. Now, the one good thing to come out of this story is that there is still some things on the internet that are completely off the radar. Lavabit, from what I understand, was not trackable by the US government. So there's still a few things out there that are just completely unknown. For a big one that's kind of nasty, but child pornography. The people that traffic child pornography are fucking gangsters. I don't appreciate it, but damn, dude, they have got that shit like Jesus. They have that shit on lockdown, man. No one can find that shit. I mean, there's probably so much of it out there that no one knows about. So the one good thing coming out of this is that at least there's a few things that aren't trackable by the US government quite yet. But this is bad overall. This is a moment in history. I think what we're going through right now is a defining moment. Will people cave in and not give a shit and just sort of give up their rights? Or will people actually get a little crazy and push back? Now, I am not too hopeful. I think people are just gonna they're not gonna care. You know, who cares? Whatever. They can see our email. They can see our Facebook. They can see who cares? I don't give a fuck. At the end of the day, I come home from work, jack off, and watch Netflix. A lot of people are like that, which is understandable. The thing is that life right now, my life, your life, most people's lives, are too comfortable to do anything. Like, if there was a resistance right now against the U.S. government, I wouldn't join it. Not because I'm like completely, well, I don't want to say that, but I wouldn't join it because my life right now is fine. In order for people to have to do things, they've got to be a little uncomfortable. And right now, I can still play video games, I can still hang out with my friends, do, for the most part, whatever I want. People are going through my email, people are watching exactly what I do, but at the end of the day, I'm still doing what I want to do. And it kind of sucks. It doesn't suck, but it kind of sucks at the same time, because the powers that be are just trying to rip away our freedoms one by one. And don't think just because you don't live in this country that it's not your issue, because the United States, we're looking at your shit too. For example, like, people, if you think that just because you don't live in the US that the US isn't spying on you, you're crazy. And if you think that the US doesn't have influence over other countries, and if you don't think that there's already agreements most likely set in place for, I don't know, maybe a world government, then you're crazy. You're crazy if you think that this is just in the US. This is probably a trend that's going to happen. There's probably already agreements set up. And I don't know. It's this is a very interesting time. Now, the one thing that a lot of people are probably thinking is how many other web companies are going to do what Lavabit did. And personally, I'm not too hopeful. Lavabit's a very small kind of niche company that they're not huge like Google, Microsoft, Yahoo, these big juggernaut companies. They only do one thing, and that's email. And while that would suck to lose your email account, it's nothing like what would happen if Google got shut down, or if Google decided to shut themselves down out of protest. If Google shut down, there would be no more Google, the most widely used search engine. There'd be no more YouTube, the most widely used fucking video platform. No more Google Maps, and the big one, no more Google AdSense. Almost everything on the internet would come down to a halt if every single website was no longer making any money. 99.9% of websites use Google AdSense. Very rarely does a website have its own marketing team where they sell their own advertisements. Bigger websites like IGN, and I'm sure Twitch has some of their own ad sales, But even those companies still use Google AdSense when they can't personally sell their own ad space. So, yeah, if big companies like Google and Microsoft decide to shut down their web stuff, that'd be a lot of lost jobs. That would really hurt the internet, and that would really suck as a gamer nerd like me to have the internet just completely just grind to a screeching halt. So will this ripple out? Probably not. Lavabit, I appreciate what you're doing. This is interesting. You know, I really wonder what we're going to be thinking in 10 years or 20 years looking back at this. Because, you know, since we're living in the age of information, we're going to have... It's going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting to see how this plays out. I hope people don't forget. The thing is that people are going to go into the Elder Scrolls Online expecting a single-player quality experience with single-player quality animations and single-player quality story with single-player quality graphics, and it just